Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Trev back again, this time with my UFC 115 review of Liddell versus Franklin. Now, I didn't get to see every fight on the card this time. I went to the bar to watch it, and I got to see the Rich Franklin and Chuck Liddell fight, the Pat Barry Mirko Cro-cop fight, and the Marvin Campman Paulo Thiago fight, which is really the three I wanted to see anyway. So, I don't really care about the others. Anyway, so we'll start off from the beginning. The Paulo Thiago and Marvin Campman fight was an okay fight. Marvin Campman really showed that he's got some outstanding wrestling and also jiu-jitsu skills and that kind of stuff. Paulo Thiago didn't really have much for him. Marvin Campman just outclassed him simply in that fight. Moving right on to the Pat Barry Mirko Cro-cop fight. This was a fight that I thought was going to go a lot different than it did, and it's a good thing I'm not a betting man, because I thought, number one, I didn't think Rich Franklin was going to win, and I also didn't think that Mirko Cro-cop would have beaten Pat Barry. There's no way I thought that was going to happen. So basically, first round they start out, and right away, as soon as they touch gloves, they just start trading, and Pat Barry lands two good shots that put Cro-cop on the floor. But what happens is that Barry knocks him down, but then he doesn't go after it. He just kind of, that kind of kickboxing style of, I'm going to knock you down, and let you come back up if you want to, and stand back up and continue to box me or kickbox me, rather than going in for the kill and going in for some ground and pound and that kind of stuff. Which I think that was probably the worst decision he made, because if he would have gone in after either of those two times, like Mirko said after the fight, the first one wasn't too bad, but the second time he knocked him down, Mirko was pretty dizzy and stuff. So if Barry would have put the pace on him, he probably would have ended the fight right there. But he didn't, and he let him stand back up, and he gave him some more chances. And first round was definitely going to Barry. Second round, it looked as if Pat Barry was getting tired, because Mirko Cro-cop started landing some good shots and started doing what he does best. We haven't seen him do in a while, a couple of years probably, if you consider the level of competition. He's really been fighting like crap the last while. But yeah, he started looking better, and he definitely took the second round. Pat Barry just has nothing on the ground, nothing at all. He can't even barely defend himself on the ground. And in the third round, Barry just looked exhausted. All that muscle he carries around, definitely going to affect his conditioning. And Mirko put it on him pretty good. And in the last about 2 minutes, minute and a half, lands a good flurry of punches. Steps out, comes back in, lands another flurry, and Pat Barry goes down. Mirko gets his back and chokes him out. Mirko Cro-cop, can't believe it, beats Pat Barry. So it's just it was really strange to watch, because I don't think anybody thought that Mirko, I don't think anybody was really giving Cro-cop a chance in that fight. And I was really surprised to see that he was able to finish Pat Barry. I thought a decision, okay, a decision win, fine, that makes sense. But he was able to choke him out, and Pat Barry tapped. I mean, that's pretty impressive. But even that, being said, I think that Cro-cop is well past his prime, and it's probably never going to be a top contender again in the heavyweight division. Now that being said, Pat Barry is, you can't just be an MMA fighter because you're a good kickboxer. Especially if you're going to go, up in the heavyweight division. You got guys like Cain Velasquez, great wrestlers. Freaking everybody. Shane Carwin, Brock Lesnar, well, not anymore Randy Couture, but all these guys are awesome wrestlers. So if Mirko wants to, if Pat Barry wants to, challenge, any of these guys, any of the top 5-10 heavyweights in the UFC, it's not going to be good for him. Just being a kickboxer is not enough. He showed tonight that he just has nothing on the ground, and if Mirko was able to do that, imagine what, well, Nogueira's been a little, lately hasn't been doing too well, but if Nogueira got him on the ground, I'm talking big nog, not a little nog, big nog got him on the ground, Frank Mir got him on the ground, Cain Velasquez fought him, he wouldn't be able to fight with any of these guys. And this fight tonight kind of proves that. Do I think this fight was won by Mirko Cro-cop because Mirko is really improving that much? Probably not. Another thing I wanted to say was that if you watch the interviews leading up to the fight and you see what Pat Barry says about Mirko, he's just like, he's kind of, it was so weird, man, before the fight and stuff, how he's a fanboy of Cro-cop. He's a total fanboy. And he's like, he's talking about how he used to watch him and all this stuff and all that. And he's all, like he kind of, he's always smiling and, like he's all, he's so enthusiastic to fight him. And of course, he's saying like, oh, but that won't affect it, that won't affect it, that won't have anything to do with it. Well, it's kind of funny because about, the first round, Pat Barry at the beginning, he's like, comes out, yeah, hey, and then, let's go, and they start throwing like crazy. But then after like I can't remember if it was just before the second round or at the beginning of the second round, they kind of like, Pat Barry starts kind of like chuckling or laughing, kind of like hug each other or something, and Pat Barry never got back into his element after that. So I don't know if it was a conditioning thing or if who Mirko was and his legend kind of, might have, taken Pat Barry out of his element a little bit. And I think that's probably what happened, I mean, Mirko, well, we'll see from his next fight, because I'm assuming he's probably going to have a few more fights in the UFC now that he won this fight. But, geez, man, I can't see him doing a whole lot. We'll see if he's really improved. I don't think he has. I think this was a Pat Barry thing, and the way he felt about him and that kind of stuff. And he just gave him too much respect. Instead of going in for the kill and like he should have at the beginning, he just, he let it continue, and he let him get back up. And I think Pat Barry was looking for one of those, highlight reel knockout type things. He wanted to beat him standing up and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? You can't do that. If a guy's down, you got to finish it. You got to go after that guy. You can't, let him, wait for him to stand back up and try to knock him down again. And after you do it twice, still not going after the kill. This isn't K1. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go after that guy. When that guy goes down, finish the fight. And that's what I say to Pat Barry. Finish the fight like he did against Hardock. Well, at least the last time he knocked him down. That for me is what he should definitely start doing from now on.